versus you. First game, 3-2 set. Love all.
So here we go for the second fixture in this team match. Another one was backhand attacks over the table, and another defensive player, obviously from Korea, Myong. What do you say, Adam? Another defense thrown at the Singapore team.
Well, the last time we saw Mengyu, she was quite successful against defense.
1-all.
I love watching choppers play attackers. I love watching choppers play anybody, to be honest. That's one of those shots that seems a lot easier than it is. Floats up a little bit to the middle. Looks high enough that you think you can flat hit through it. Mengyu was quite successful at that just 2 days ago against Netherlands. Funny feeling we're going to see some tactical changes throughout here from Myong Sun. Still settling into her game a little bit. And Mengyu has actually been playing very well this tournament. I think she's had a little bit of a slump the last year. It's a nice breakout performance so far.
Similarities if you look at Kim Sung-Ee's style as well. Here they go all the way over with backhand side and a little bit maybe old school defensive technique, but very similar in terms of the defensive setup at least. Let's see if Ryu has the same attacking abilities though that made the difference for Kim Sung-Ee, who put on a fantastic performance.
Right, I think that's something that's important to bring up. That as a defender in the modern game, there are very few, if any, that don't have a strong attack that are world class. It's just so important to really keep the attacker honest, keep the pressure on when they have to try and leave the ball up on the table.
4-5.
I just had a chance to look at the lineup for the third spot here. The Singaporean player playing in the third spot is definitely going to favor the Korea DPR team. And that was loaded after covering the middle of the body. The forehand chop. The backhand, we see a lot of racket speed here as well. I think these are two underrated choppers. Myong Sun, 37 in the world, only 24 years old. A little bit off the edge, but still a beautiful shot on the white of the line. You know, we talked about how when you have limited exposure to world ranking tournaments, to ITTF World Tour tournaments, that sometimes your ranking doesn't actually reflect accurately where your level is. Myong Sun, I believe, was around number 60 when she came into the Dubai tournament at the beginning of last year, World Team Cup. difficult to play a ball with that much rotation to the short side of the table.
Seems they're settling into the distance now and getting a little bit better feel on a forehand defensive strokes. So that raises just the quality of the defense.
It was really nice to see Kim Song-hee right behind her in the background. Some people could be sulking off to the side. She's right back in it with her team. How do you recover a point that well or receive like that and get right back in it?
It's pretty interesting. You see the different defenders and so on, and that like recovery there, it's just pure technical brilliance also, because it's very difficult to get your racket up and then do something useful with the ball, and she just played it in with quality as well. Nice follow through with the body there and supporting the defensive stroke.
That's 4 points in a row. Myong Sun is tied up at 5 each. After all that work, the agility on that wide forehand, it looked like there was no chance for the ball to be reached. Mengyu starting to make her come back here. A little bit of side spin on that chop early in the point. She turned quite sideways for that forehand. The footing was a little uncomfortable for me.
Did well though to put it over with that kind of spin, so it really almost saved the point for her.
Mengyu is really taking advantage of the position right now. I think she's putting the pressure on while she's got her chopper on the other side a little bit closer to the table. It's that combination, the classic technique. Bring them in and then hit it hard while you've got them there. Where did they go? The 4 points.
We're seeing the same scenario again.
Right, it's a good old 10-7.
This isn't like, you know, this is very, can you say youthful kind of mental attitude? You win some, you lose some. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Well, the 10-7 possibility, they're going to have to come up with their own combination of numbers here. Maybe it's going to be 9-5, we'll see. That was the look, that was the eye contact, the right back.
She had to go strong on that ball down the line, and it was a little bit too high quality shot to go down the line, actually. She lost a little bit of her patience there, but okay, the ball clipped the net, also went out.
9-10.
Kicking ball, I mean, there was so much pace on that. Mengyu just smacking it, and Myong Sun able to bring it back with topspin to win the point and the game. Game 2, stick around.
second game, you to serve, love all.
We're back for game 2. Myong Sun leading 11 points to 9 in game 1 to take it. Up 1 game, and Mengyu now with the serve. After all that kick from under the table completely fooled Mengyu, but the reaction time was strong enough to keep it in play. Does it feel to you like it's only the 3rd point of this game, Michael?
But every point is so important now, and you know, it looks to me like an extremely dramatic and tight team match, and coming up here. And of course, you have to grab the opportunities. A fantastic performance, really, by Feng Changmei as the #1 Singaporean player here. Showed tremendous leadership in the first match just to go and win that match. So now it's question Mengyu to follow up, but obviously these are tough defenders, and they're really playing skillful. So you're under pressure on every single point to do something good, and that's the tough part for Mengyu. And no freebies, really.
Just missing net post on the final one. But when Mengyu has a high ball to smash in near the net like that, the fact that Myong Sun can lob it back from the forehand just is dangerous, really. Mengyu has to be concerned about that.
I think that's where pressure builds, because they're getting so much back on the table, although it's not the highest quality all the time. You know, some of the shops are just rising a little bit, but it still is work to be done. It's a risk management kind of shot also on higher bounce. And of course, you can make mistakes.
Inside out forehand from the backhand side.
And that attacking skills also of the North Korean defenders are also present all the time. So you cannot really relax for any second like that. That was very well adjusted, and they take their spots, they select their spots very well, actually. There have been a few times, of course, they take a little bit more of a risk, but that was well identified, and not an easy shot to attack on either.
Right, and I think, you know, the reminder that the attack is there is so important. Keeps getting it back. This is both wings. I mean, you're confused. You're worried about a chop on the forehand side, a lob, a loop. This is going to be really tough for Mengyu to know what to expect at any given point in the rally.
Play in, please. Play in, please.
Top of the net, but again, to be able to reach out and recover that ball so wide, she's running around but keeps her composure.
You can see the same thing as I do, Adam, that they read the direction or the placement of the attacks all the time. So you get your racket up there, all the outside your body or close to your body. It's extremely brilliant in terms of reading also the game. That's important. or part of their makeup as a defensive player.
7.
It started off a tight game, but a 5-point lead now. Myong's son here, very versatile in her placement and shot selection. But I think the shot selection seems to be on point. I can't think of a shot that Myong's son has taken where I thought, why would she do that so far in this match? This time deep and fast on the table. I think this is a similar application to, you got Matthias Carlsen with the long push into the body. Even in an attacker game, that long push can be very effective.
3.
Myong's son asking, did she ask if it hit? I saw her point at the back of the table, had to wonder.
Let me see here.
I was trying to watch the reaction of Myong's face to see. There it is, just a little too shallow, close to the net, and Mengyu uses her reach to hit it as wide as possible. I like the change of pace, though, to leave it out in front on the forehand. See how shallow that ball is on the table? And it was right in the middle, actually. She used her backhand to try and scoop it up. It's an excellent angle for that shot. The camera shot as well, very cool to be able to see it from that point of view. So what do we got? We got 3 in a row for Mengyu.
What do we have here? We had 8-2 in the first game, 9-5. Seems something with that lead of 4 or 5 points where you start thinking perhaps, which is normal. You want to go to the scoreboard, you want a couple of more points, but don't deviate away from what brought you there. It was good quality shot every single time. So just wishing for points never works.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Wishing alone, in general, not outrageously useful. The focus factor, pretty important, making it happen. I wouldn't say that was a shot selection error. It's just the first time we've seen her miss a shot that it didn't feel like it was really forced,
Just lifted that or hesitated perhaps just a little bit, but of course misjudged the spin and dropped the ball a little bit too much to execute the top spin.
And finally, a flat hit crushing the second one, is able to get the point. And this really takes a lot from Mengyu. Myong getting just about everything back. She's not even that far from the table yet at this point to return the first one. Clever idea, comes rushing in to take it down the line. And that's the type of thing, if you've got the inverted rubber twiddled to the backhand, and we see a timeout here. I think this is a good timeout, to be honest.
It is good, but maybe it could have come a little earlier now. I mean, now she had a huge lead and just becoming a little passive, actually, in her execution, and kind of trying to force it. And you get a feeling that little nerves are creeping in, which it did in the first match also for Kim Sung-hee, but here it's quite obvious that she's not really got the same touch again.
Coach Kim Jin Myong in the corner. He's been with the team for some time. Saw him last year in Suzhou.
But you're interested to become a good defender, maybe give him a good offer, because both these defenders are showcasing some both exciting techniques and good decisions at the table. And I think it's just a question of, you know, that you have to play those grinding international matches all the time, put yourself out there time after time in order to learn that. But in terms of just learning and feeling and decision making and style of play, I would say he has done a fantastic job.
8, 9.
We'll see if one of his players can hang on to the lead right now. You said it before, had 8-2, and Mengyu scarily close right now for Ri Myong Sun's sake. What an unusual chop, comes around the outside of the ball just a little and turns her whole body. See if you can see this one more time. The way she swept under that. Looked like a car wash chop. Awesome. And a big point right out of the timeout. Got 2 game points here to make it a 2-0 lead. Outstanding play, Mengyu able to get a counterattack back on the table. I had my jaw dropped for the first about 15 shots of that rally.
What a fantastic rally, though. All kinds of exchanges, and what a nice backhand there by Mengyu. You're saving it on good feeling, good technique, and a good
9, 10.
Yeah, overall, what a fantastic rally.
I mean, she covered her backhand side a little bit to the middle for a counterattack that looked like it would have won it for sure. It's an escape, another 2-0 lead for the chopper in red. Ri Myong Sun up 2-0, game 3. We'll see if Singapore can pull another amazing comeback out. It's up to you, Mengyu.
Atenta. Coming players, please. Third game, 3 to serve. Love all.
And we're back for game 3. Ri Myong Sun, defender at the top of the screen from Korea DPR, up 2-0 with the serve. Celebration first, apology later on that. A little bit of fortune for the chopper. Mixing it up nicely. The location was almost exactly the same on those last 2 loops, but she put in the backhand instead of the forehand chop. And this could just be the control factor with the Pimple side of the racket.
Play in, please.
You have to be impressed also by the footwork of these North Korean defenders. They cover so much space with backhand and so nice touch on their footwork to get over there and to cover your backhand. And of course, you leave your backhand side wide open, but you also have many times good techniques to cover the ball outside the body as well.
And the touch right there from Mengyu, recognizing a short ball on the table, leaves it on for 2 bounces. Yeah, I think the footwork of the top choppers in history is just mind-blowing. I don't know, Michael. Singapore have it in them.
But you just have to grind it out, you know. You have to really keep working, as we said, and that's what Feng Chang-wei did actually. She just kept grinding, raised her level, stayed in there, and then forced insecurity on the other side a little bit. Just a little bit, and then you get a mental advantage, and you can pull through. So don't let it go down on you, even if you're down a few points. Just make them work for every single point, and then you can get that little bit hesitation on the other side, and you score some easier points.
Right, I guess every long journey starts with one small step. I feel like the Feng Tianwei story is another great to add to the don't give up.
Here we have, though, a little bit of a crisis for Mengyu, I believe, and there's a timeout. Well taken.
Yeah, the best time. You recognize a crisis right away. I mean, that shot alone was a bit of an alarm, a bit of a signal. It looks like she's explaining the last point first. I'm actually curious, the roster on the Singaporean team, there are a few players we've seen in doubles that are quite strong that aren't here. I mean, Isabel Lee is back. Isabel Lee I haven't seen much in probably about a year or so. Took a break, I think, to go back to college, so hopefully she's prepared a bit. And then Yi Heng Hui in the 3rd spot, world rank number 349. Definitely going to be a tall order to play against Ri Mi-gyung.
That adds to the pressure for the top 2 players, obviously, to finish this, winning 3 out of 4 possible singles against 3 out of 4 possible points against 2 quality defenders. That's not easy to do.
Let's see if Mengyu's gathered some confidence, some focus from the corner. There's so much backspin on it, it seems that Mengyu's surprised at how much the ball's biting the table, just a little bit late to get under it. Never over. We've seen it so many times now. Just incredible defense. The topspin shots seem to be giving a little bit more trouble to Mengyu.
Because it's so deep also. They hit so deep on the table with that arcing. It's not really a top spin, but it's a lift with a lot of spin.
Yeah.
First shot, keeping fresh in memory because it was all over there and still managed to get it almost such a quality shot. You know, that's you know, almost unbelievable.
It's a fierce face. It's a fierce lead right now too. I mean, 8-2, we've seen a little bit of a run. Early on was a game 1 with Feng Tianwei. You know what, that might have been the earlier match in the morning. A little bit of a break off the back edge, whatever it takes to get a start going.
Let's see now what happens. Kind of what a feeling there is running out of fuel or something, or stopping.
Right. Yeah, that could be, right? This one does not clip the back edge.
Doesn't look like she's hanging in there mentally though, Mengyu, in this match. And she's giving it too many easy mistakes, showing not the best body language for a match on this level, in my opinion. So then it seems like a runaway victory in this game for Myong.
The body language almost looked like she was saying the ball's wiggling around. Beautiful shot time just right there. I think the element of surprise with the body language in the shoulders, Myong Sun didn't have a chance to really anticipate where the shot was going in time. Yeah, Mengyu really had to turn on that to close it out for the angle. And we now have 6 match points for Myong Sun to take the second match and tie it up in 1 match each. And there it is, 3-0, 11 points to 4 after 2 very close first games. Myong Sun pulling through a staple win right here. And we're gonna be back to watch some left-handers play. We'll see if the Singaporean can lift her level up. Stick around, third singles just after this.